Welcome back to the Cossy Arsenal channel. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. It is set to be a very busy week at Arsenal as we prepare for a couple of things that are going to happen. Number one, we have a player doing medicals already on Monday. We have a player who's flying in for medicals this week. And we have another player that is expected to be announced as an Arsenal player at least by the end of this week. And there is preseason as well. So in this video, I'm going to be diving into what Arsenal are going to be doing this week. Last week, we predicted many of the things that happened. We talked about Gyokerez being an Arsenal player. He became. We talked about Noni Madu being an Arsenal player. He became. And we talked about Christian Muscara. Didn't happen, but that is very close. We talk about Christian Nogard. That was confirmed. So this week is even going to be better, bigger, and busier for the Arsenal team, especially for the people that are in the medical room and the people that are doing interviews and the people in the media room as well. So they deserve a like, they deserve a subscribe. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Let's dive into what Arsenal are up to in the next 7 days. Well, let's start off with Noni Madu because this was confirmed yesterday by Fabrizio Romano that part one of the medicals for Noni Madu are actually done. Part 2 is happening today as we speak. Noni Madu is doing his medicals, and I will confirm to you the moment his medicals are out of the way. The moment he completes his medicals, I will be the first person to report to you that the deal is absolutely done. But Madu is doing his medicals. He's gonna be part of the players that travel with Mikel Arteta to Asia come the end of this week. Madu signed for from Chelsea for 52 million. Arsenal are going to pay an initial 48 million guaranteed with a couple of add-ins to take the deal to about 52 million. But that is done. Madu passed his first part of the medicals. Now part 2 of the medicals should be ironed out and completed today, and then the announcement should follow. That is going to be signing number 4 for Arsenal. Arsenal's fourth signing is Noni Madu. Everything confirmed apart from the shirt number. I'm gonna predict this. I think by the end of this week, I'm gonna have this right. Madu will put on shirt number 20. I don't know. I have got the feeling that he's gonna put on shirt number 20. Please don't give him shirt number 10. I would be okay if they give him shirt number 14. I don't have a problem with that. But I want 14 for Gyokerez. But I don't want shirt number 10 on Noni Madueke's back, right? So I'm going to predict that he's going to put on shirt number 20. And I hope I'm right about that. But it's going to be the first announcement of the week. Medicals will be completed this week, today actually. And then the announcement and media duties and interviews all will be done this week as well. Now, we have another big arrival at Arsenal this week, and that is the arrival of Victor Gyokerez, or Victor Gyokerez, like we like to call him. Now, Victor Gyokerez is en route from Sporting Lisbon in Portugal to Arsenal. He has not been given full permission to do his medicals by Sporting yet, but it is very close, right? That permission is very close, and the player is eager. The player is anxious. The player is desperate. The player is, he can't wait to fly into Arsenal and do his medicals. So the moment that Here We Go comes in, the moment he gets that clearance from Sporting to do his medicals, he's going to be rushing. He's already packed his bags. He's already told friends and family, I am going to Arsenal. And this is a player that has told Sporting and everyone around him, it's Arsenal and no chance for any other team. No chance for Manchester United, no chance for Chelsea, no chance for Al Hilal, Al Nassr, Saudi Arabia, no chance. It is just Arsenal. So the Victor Gyokerez deal, to be honest, is going to be completed this week, as Sami Makpo from the BBC is reporting that all parties are working towards getting him for preseason, getting him into preseason, which begins on the 19th of July, and that is 15 days away. So what's going to happen with Gyokerez? One, we are going to get that permission from Sporting. That should be given to us today, latest tomorrow. We are going to have him fly for medicals. That should happen today, latest tomorrow. He will do his medicals on Wednesday and Thursday and announced as a new Arsenal player on Thursday or Friday. Gyokerez is going to be a full Arsenal player. In fact, Fabrizio was talking about the deal, and he said, don't be surprised if Victor Gyokerez is holding an Arsenal shirt anytime this coming week. That tells you everything you need to know about the deal of Victor Gyokerez and where we are. Now, people asking about preseason, let me give you a very good update. Well, Arsenal will fly out for preseason to Asia this week, right? We have 5 days in order for us to fly out for preseason. And of course, we've got 3 games in Asia, which will all be live on the Arsenal website. But of course, previews, match reactions, and all the content that comes with games will be live on the channel. Make sure you don't miss it out. So 19th is going to be a Friday. 19th is going to be a Friday. It's going to be a Thursday, a Friday. Today is 14th. It's Monday. Tuesday is 15. Wednesday is 16. Thursday is 17. Friday is 18. Saturday is 19. Right. So on Saturday, Arsenal will fly out for preseason. And Mikel Arteta, of course, has been very, very clear. He would love to have a bigger part of the new signings that are expected at the club to be part of preseason. Now, I can confirm that Victor Gyokerez is going to be part of preseason. Noni Madu, part of preseason. Christian Nogard, part of preseason. Kepa Arrizabalaga, part of preseason. Martin Zubimendi, part of preseason. There are 2 players, and I will talk about them later on, that we aren't sure yet if they'll be part of preseason. And one that we are sure won't be part of preseason. When it comes to Rodrigo, or a left winger signing, whether it's Ademola Lookman or Gordon, depends on whether Arsenal are going to do the deal anyway. That one won't be part of preseason. I doubt Arsenal do all the deals we're trying to do and then sell and then sign Rodrigo in this week. So Rodrigo won't be part of our preseason in Asia. But that's okay. Arsenal have got a couple of preseason games as well in August. I think we've got Atletico Bilbao. We've got Atletico Bilbao, and I think we've got another team as well. I've just forgotten. Is it Villarreal? No, I think it's Villarreal, right? So we've got some games in August. Maybe by August, we've got this guy come in and everything works itself out. Okay. So preseason, new signings are going to be part of preseason. The 2 that won't be part of Asia might be Muscara and might be Eze. And I'm going to explain why. Because it's a very busy week for Arsenal. We might not complete all the deals that we want to do in 7 days. So let's talk about Muscara then. Because Fabrizio said yesterday that, again, this week, Christian Muscara is expected to be an Arsenal player. And he was given 2 more advances from Valencia. They tried to keep him. They tried to give him 2 more deals in order to keep him. But the player has been very clear, just like Victor Gyokerez. Arsenal and Arsenal only. I'm not extending a new deal. I am not going to Saudi Arabia. I don't want Bayern, Leverkusen, blah, 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 Leipzig. I want Arsenal, and I want Arsenal only. So Fabrizio said that with Valencia, they're being very cautious and they're being very careful. They know that at the moment, they will not get the amount of money that they're asking for, this crazy amount of money. But they also know that in 1 year, Christian Muscara will be a free agent and he will be free to join Arsenal, right? So Valencia are willing to negotiate and find a compromise on the deal for Christian Muscara with Arsenal. So this week, according to Henry Winter yesterday and Fabrizio, we expect a second bid for Christian Muscara from Arsenal. Please don't disappoint me, Arsenal. Like, just make a fucking second bid. Just make a bid, right? Then we expect an agreement in principle between the 2 teams, Arsenal and Valencia. And then we also expect him to be part of the Arsenal medical room. He might not fly out with us for preseason, but he should be at Arsenal by the end of this week. But what about Eze? Well, with Eze, it's a little bit complicated because Arsenal are so far away from the Eze deal as compared to Muscara, Gyokerez, and Madueke. Madueke is on the verge. Gyokerez is really on the verge. And Muscara, just a few meetings, just 1 or 2 meetings with Valencia, and the deal is done. But when it comes to Eze, Arsenal now have to reassess their position, and there are gonna be questions like this, right? One, Arsenal are gonna have to ask themselves one simple question: how much money are we left with after spending 73.5 on Gyokerez, that is euros, and spending about 63.5, right? About 63.5 on Madueke. And if we spend about 20 million euros on muscara as well, now the big question for Arsenal is going to be, can we afford Eberechi Eze without selling? Now, he is a priority for Arsenal. We understand that Arsenal absolutely want to get him. They will try to get him. But the question is, can we get him without doing player sales first? Can we sign him without selling first? That's the first question. So this week, this is what I expect to happen with Eberechi Eze. Arsenal might, and this is a might, Arsenal might approach Palace with a bid or an initial proposal that is way below Palace's demands in order to open up conversations. Now, of course, it's a very, very difficult week at Crystal Palace. They have just confirmed they won't be playing in the Europa League. They have been demoted to the UEFA Conference League because of ownership issues. Is this the right time? Is this the right week for us to approach Palace and talk about taking their best player? I mean, you've got to consider it. You've got to consider it. Like, would you dare go to Liverpool right now and try to negotiate a deal for Mo Salah with what has just happened to them? It would be heartless. It would be inhuman. It would be savage. So I think Arsenal might need to give Palace some time to recover from all this, or maybe justice or injustice that has happened to them, demoted to the UEFA Conference League and all that kind of crap. We might give them some time. But if that doesn't happen and Arsenal want to move swiftly, we expect a bid from Arsenal to Crystal Palace about 45 million plus add-ons in order to complete the deal for Eberechi Eze. Now, after Eberechi Eze, we've got Rodrigo. And when it comes to Rodrigo, before we talk about player sales, by the way, we've got Rodrigo. And Rodrigo, for me, this is a crucial week for Rodrigo. Not a very, very crucial week because he's got like 30 days in August. But if you're going to be a part of a new project, and you're going to be an important part of that new project, let's say Arsenal, let's say Liverpool, let's say Al Nassr, let's say Neon, let's say Al Hilal, let's say Al Wahada, regardless of where you're going to go, even if it's Bayern or PSG, you want to make up your mind quickly, and you want to let this team know that you're going to be part of their setup and their structure. Because the moment Arsenal fly into preseason, Mikel Arteta is just going to identify one or two missing gaps, we fill them, and then we start a new campaign. Remember, our campaign has a very, very costly start. Manchester United, Newcastle, Liverpool, Man City, all those wankers are there at the beginning of our campaign. It's a good thing. You get them out of the way, you pick up some good points, and then you go and you go on a crazy run playing all these, small mediocre teams. Okay, so I think with Rodrigo, we shall get the players' opinion this week. I'm just hoping that we get the players' opinion this week. Now, in terms of player sales, Arsenal have got some work to do as well, right? Yes, Andre Bata, thank you so much. You've done a lot. You've really, really done a lot. But there is work to be done. There's work to be done in terms of player sales, okay? Number one is Trossard. And for me, with Trossard, this week we will know. He will be part of preseason. But this week we will know whether Bayern are seriously going to make a bid and an attempt to sign him. And we shall also know whether he's going to stay at Arsenal or leave. Zinchenko, Vieira, Kivio, this is the week, this is the time where clubs start making bids for these players. And I think clubs are going to be like, Well, Arsenal have got muscara. Let's go get 1 or 2 defenders from there. Arsenal have got a new midfield. Can we go and get maybe Leandro Trossard, or they're getting a new attack? Can we go and get Leandro Trossard? So this week, don't be surprised for you to hear bids for Arsenal players, for you to hear that some Arsenal players are in negotiations, some players are flying out of camp to go and finalize deals with other clubs. But the biggest highlights of the week are going to be Noni Madu completes his medicals, Gyokerez flies into London, he does his medicals, completes them. Madueke and Gyokerez announced as new Arsenal players. Arsenal bid for muscara. Arsenal complete muscara. We fly out for preseason with a full team that Mikel Arteta is going to be working with come next season. Why don't you do me a favor? You turn on notifications after subscribing. Like, just turn on the notification bell. It's going to let you know whenever we upload a new video, especially this week that's going to be very, very busy and hectic.